video tips and tricks, and in this video we're going to talk about audio. How important is audio? It's very important if you want people to actually stay and listen to what you're saying. They'll put up with grainy type visual on the video, but if you get really bad audio then they won't. So that is something to bear in mind. Now, on the last actual video I was talking about the Logitech C920 and 30. Well, the added bonus to that camera is that's got built-in mics, and it's ideal to do presentations and everything. The audio is very good. In fact, I actually used this for over 2 years without anybody complaining about my audio. So I can't see anything about or anything wrong with using this, especially if you want to get going and you want to keep the price down of the equipment that you want to purchase. So it's an ideal camera and mic combined. Now, if you want to upgrade it a little bit, there's several different actual mics that you can use, and depending on what you're doing, but we're talking about, you know, the desktop or laptop, and it's still ideal to have a different mic than your standard input one that you've either got into your desktop or your laptop. Now, one of the best ones that we've found is the Blue Yeti. Now, if you actually purchase this, it comes with its own stand that you can mount and put in there, so that you can have it in front. But my preferred method is to having it on an arm. Now, I do apologize now that you'll find that the audio will change, but I'm going to bring this down into sight so that you can actually see it. Now, on there, it's actually on an arm, and this is what's called a Rode arm, and you can mount it on your desk or beside and everything. So for my purposes, this was an ideal purchase. It is quite expensive, but it's ideal. Now, the actual mic itself is what's called a condensing mic, and this particular one is black in color. They usually come in silver, and the black ones are usually pro, but the difference being you need one with a USB port. That's the most important thing. Now, on here it's ideal because you've got the different adjustments that you can make. You've got a gain, and also you've got 4 different sound patterns on there, so you can have it as a directional mic, you can have it surrounded, so you can just change the settings to suit yourself. The other thing, if you're doing podcasts, this is an ideal mic to have on there. With any mic, make sure that you've got a windsock or what's called a pop filter in front there, and that stops when you're talking that times where the volume is sort of picking up, they go pop pop pop, and that's why it's called a pop filter, because it stops it. Now, my preferred way is a windsock, but if you're actually doing the podcast, it's good to get right up to the actual mic, because what's happening now is that you can actually feel my voice coming out to you. You've got to be very careful that you don't get it too much, because it will overmodulate. But now you can hear my voice vibrating or reverberating out to you. You can actually feel me, and it gives a better experience when you're doing podcasting. So that is why this is an ideal mic. Okay, that concludes on this YouTube video tips and tricks. I will catch you on the next one.